What's going on, Team IBB? We are back with part 2 of Shayne Miller's hashtag IBB top 3 keys to success. We talked about goals before, and there's gonna be part 3 with this third tip to success, and then also 2, we're gonna do a IBB top 3 on manufacturing opportunities right here in Lake County. It's changed your life in all kinds of ways, and it's changing a lot of people's lives that get into manufacturing and the skilled trades and all that. So, without further ado, I'm gonna turn it over for your number 2 key to success.
Well, welcome back, everybody. For me, my second key to success would have to be a standout, or creating the opportunity to be a standout amongst your peer at work, in the workplace in general. And what I mean by that is, complacency is killer, right? And a lot of people, you could step into a job somewhere, and the 5 people around you have the same job. They may have been there for 2 years, they may have been there for 10 or 15 years, but a lot of people just do things the way that things have always been done. There's this complacency. They're not worried about stepping outside the comfort zone, changing anything, and being a standout to me, and what it's done for me is kind of, you walk into a position and you go, how can I do this faster, better? What can I do to streamline this process?
Be the game genie of your career.
Right, so. And it's not, I don't feel like I'm doing it to be ahead. I'm doing it for myself. It's personal, it's a personal motivation that I want to do things better and make things better. I don't ever want to just be okay with the way things are. And being progressive that way creates the opportunity to be a standout a lot of times to your management, and you become that person. So I really feel like that's largely a part of why I've had success in my career.
And as long as I've known you, you've always been focused on the solution, not the problem. Like, obviously, you notice problems,
right?
But you're always focused on how do I fix it, right? Versus hey, Mr. and Mrs. Manager, this is wrong,
right? And
then they're like, okay, so would you say that that's not a way that people can stand out, is that
come with a solution?
Yeah, there's for example, if I'm the manager of whatever industry, whether it's a restaurant, manufacturing, whatever it is, and I'm in charge of 25 people. 24 of them bring me problems and complaints and negativity, and then Shayne Miller shows up and says, hey,
this doesn't work.
This isn't working, but I think again, you're the boss, whatever. Again, not trying to you're not trying to undermine. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole nother debacle in itself. We talk about that for days, but you just got you don't steamroll your manager, because then that creates a whole nother issue. But say, hey, here's a couple ideas that I had to fix it.
Yep.
Can we schedule a time to talk about it, or do you want to take a look at it?
Absolutely.
What's good for you, Mr. and Mrs. Manager? And come promotion time, come bonus time, come keeping my sanity time, I'm gonna always think of Shayne Miller. I'm not gonna think of the 24 other people on my staff that I want. I see them come into my office. I'm like, oh no, oh no, here we go.
There's true value in that.
Yeah, you have to brace yourself for the negativity and the Remember that time we talked about how can we fix it? Well, what happened with that? Well, it's just so hard. It's just I just been so busy.
Right.
Are you sure? Because you seem to have a lot of time to come complain to me. But
yeah.
All right. So bring solutions. Is there any other things that you say are ways to help stand? I know that you've always been huge on continuing education. I know for me that's part of my 3 keys to success or whatever. My own personal things.
Yeah.
Every time I've talked to you. I'm like, how's things going? Oh, great, man. Got a promotion at work. I'm, growing there. Oh, and I'm taking classes. And so, what are some things that have helped you stand out? I know it's the education piece, but is there certain things that you focus on? If you're hey, here's 10 classes.
Well,
how do you pick? Or how do you manage that?
I think from being in the actual, the workplace environment. I've tried to be involved in. Whenever seminars are available, take seminars.
Mm-hmm.
I've been to project management seminars, things like that. But just trying to involve yourself in things that can better the career side. in general, I don't want to foreshadow too much because the third goal is involved in education.
Okay,
but
just a little more teasers out there. That's
more
right.
teasers. But in general, yes, I always try to be involved in anything that can better it, whether it be internal, some sort of internal training, seminars when they're available, things like that. Any time that I can do something above and beyond to make sure that I'm the most prepared for what is in front of me is always, even as something as dumb as Googling. And I say that as dumb as Googling, but it's the most ridiculous resource.
It's crazy to me.
You can almost find anything.
Anything you need is literally at your fingertips. But like, I even catch myself being like, I wonder how that works.
Right.
And then too, like YouTube, like obviously this is going up on YouTube. Like, right. I fixed my garage using YouTube, and I'm the most unhandy person on the planet. You know,
Absolutely.
like I could barely.
It's dummy proof when you can watch it.
Like, how do I start my car? I don't know. This is crazy. But like, but yeah, no, yeah, just into like, have you had like kind of mentors or like alliances that you've made? That kind of like people that you reach out to like get second opinions and stuff, or is that important?
Yeah, I mean, typically I make it a point to try to analyze and figure out who those people would be that would be my best resource. But I also surround myself with successful people. I hang out with people like James, but no, but try to surround yourself with what you want to be. Which is successful. And to me, that doesn't mean hate on your old friends or anything. Don't take that the wrong way, but when you got to surround yourself with like-minded people because you feed off of each other's positivity. You can usually kind of find and analyze and figure out who those people will be that are going to be your best resource. I've had managers or even like a supervisor or something before where I realize this is the person I get all my answers from. This is that, identify who that person would be. And that person can become kind of your, like you said, kind of like your mentor in that situation. And, if you're good at reading people, or at least relatively good, you could usually figure out who's got the most value to you.
And do you feel like that's, I know for me, like when I'm talking to someone, I can pretty much get a good read on them now from like, is this someone that is on the same wavelength? Or is it someone that, like, again, is maybe they're it's way over my head what they're able to offer, or they're not where I need to be or where I want to go. I know, like, initially, like, I couldn't really tell. Like, would you say you have to, like, fail in gauging that to really gauge it correctly down the road?
Sometimes, yeah. I mean, I guess it's all dependent upon the scenario, and I mean, I can't really think of a specific example of where I've had to fail or consistently succeeded at finding that individual, but I mean, I feel like it would definitely be a product of the situation. I'm not sure. Do you have an example?
Well, no. I just know that, like, for me, like there's moments where I'm like, wait a minute, like this isn't the type of alliance that's going to help me progress, whether it's career wise, as a human being, as whatever.
That would be like you investing your time in the Humane Society, realizing that it doesn't. I mean, that's a great organization. Don't get me wrong, but it's not going to do anything for your personal career aspirations to grow your brand name or anything.
Yeah, I'm on the board of directors for them, so that's.
Just kidding. It's a great organization. You're on the board of. What are the odds of that? What are the odds of that? Okay.
No,
so then you're just a really giving soul.
Helping. Like there's no direct. Like I'm saying, like. The Humane Society itself, like that has, again, it pulls on your heartstrings. Like it feels good to give back. But for example, being on the board of directors, I feel, obviously I'm a little bit biased, but like, I mean, I've learned so much from them. So again, it's been a direct benefit for me learning from them how to handle extremely intense situation. We've gone through some very good times, some very bad times, and then our new executive.
So it's maybe taught you resilience.
Yeah, it's again. It's like, I mean, there was moments there, I was freaking out. I said, like, well, how are we talking about solutions?
Right.
It was cool. Everybody came together and said, hey, here's some issues. let's fix it versus, hey, here's some issues, like,
We're screwed.
guess we gotta close the doors, hey, we gave it the old college try, kind of thing, but that's hilarious.
Oh, I had no idea. But I guess that's a good point, though. You found value in that, and that's something you found of value. Whereas to me, from the outside looking in, I wouldn't have thought that would have any value to.
Yeah, it's just.
So I guess that's really a good example.
Yeah, I mean, like the Humane Society has no direct correlation to what I do. What I do for a living. It's like the animals. Like I love them to death, and we want them to be safe, but like they're not looking for tips on their future. They don't have the resources for me to help manage. Does that make sense?
You can't talk
them
to
death. I can't talk them to death. So I can be like meow meow meow, But
I can see you doing that. I can see you doing that. That's an ironic example, but it worked out, I guess.
Very cool. So so again, I would say maybe standing out. Would you say it's just finding the opportunities in what you said, whatever situation you're in, find the opportunity for growth to stand out.
Situational awareness, find those opportunities. Yeah. Exactly. I mean, take everything as an opportunity instead of as a negative, situation. And roll with it.
It's very good. So that's hilarious. Sorry. My man. So, all right. Well, thank you, Team IBB, for joining us for part 2 of Shayne Miller's hashtag
comedy show.
IBB top 3 keys to comedy. But hope you learned a little more about standing out. That is so important. And our first video was on setting goals, so we're going to move on to part 3. So join us for part 3 of the IBB top 3. We got a lot more coming. And Shayne's going to share with us too a bonus video on manufacturing opportunities in Lake County that are really amazing. Every time we talk about them, we get.
I think so. There's a lot going on around here.
So excited. So many opportunities. So many opportunities to stand out. So until next time, stay burn proof.